Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all didn't! So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh, hit it with the zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. Well, NXT is over. Let's just get into what happened. So we kicked off the show with Zoe Starks. She obviously was very excited about being back in the colorful brand of NXT. And she was very excited to be able to take, her shot at Mandy Rose. Of course, our resident stick figure, Cora Jade, decided to come out there and say that, of course, Zoe was taking her spot, stealing her shine, whatever the hell that meant. She then, of course, Toxic Attraction came out. Mandy gave her bullshit speech, and here we are. It ended up being a match between between Gigi and Zoe, to which Zoe pretty much took Gigi out. Cora Jade came in. Not three heifers I don't want to see. Cora Jade came out, attacked Zoe in the middle of the match. Now, Toxic tried to do the same thing, but Zoe had them scouted, and Cora Jade was able to get the drop on Zoe with a kendo stick, to which Roxanne came out and ran her off. Literally ran her off. Okay, when I say she ran her off, she ran her off. Literally. All right. What we did learn tonight as well is that NXT's next pay-per-view is called Heat Wave. And at Heat Wave, it's going to be Zoe Starks versus Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. And that is in 3 weeks. We also learned that Braun Breaker and JD McDonough will have a match at Heat Wave. And they also will be competing for the NXT Men's Championship at Heat Wave in 3 weeks. We also got a little piece of the next couple of feuds that are going to start on NXT. But as I said, we already talked about Zoe Stark's match, which seemed to be impromptu because they never announced that there was going to be a match. But they announced Zoe Stark's match. So the actual matches that were announced for the night was this match. Wesley versus Grayson Waller. And for the most part, the match was great. It was towards the end where shit got a little sticky. So, for whatever reason, Trick Williams decided to punch Wesley in the back of the neck, almost knocking him out for a 10 count. He got in the ring, but Grayson Waller took advantage and was able to do whatever the fuck his finisher is called. And I know somebody in the comments is going to tell me, but I just don't give a damn. And he was able to pick up the win. He acted as if he did this all on his own reconnaissance, but we all saw what happened. After it was over, Trick Williams was in the ring with boxing gloves still on his hands, standing over Wesley as if he accomplished the greatest thing in the world. What irritated me the most about this is not the fact that Trick Williams attacked him. I expected that. It's the whole boxing gimmick that I can't seem to wrap my brain around. I don't understand it. We're not in UFC and we're not boxing for sure. If you want to talk about boxing, like we all know that you can have multiple forms of fighting skill and be a decent wrestler, okay? Undertaker is a boxer. He boxes. You've got all these UFC people who could do Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. They box. They do everything you can think of. And your greatest claim to fame is this one-hitter quitter that you hit on him after he fell out of the ring via Grayson Waller off the top rope. And not to mention, the only win that you've secured in this company at all was one where you had to put alcohol in your opponent's eyes just to win. If you ask me, your entire existence in NXT as of right now is on thin ice. I don't understand what the deal is with Trick Williams, but it's not giving fun. It's just stupid. You coming out there with boxing gloves in the middle of a wrestling ring is absolutely ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. It's stupid, it looks dumb, and it is dumb. If you can't wrestle, then just say that. But sir, I'm not fucking with it. I don't like it, and it's just not cool. I suspect that there will be another match between these two men at Heatwave. It'll probably be Wesley and Trick Williams once again, to which this time Wesley will more than likely win this match. Honestly, I just want Wesley to get out of this little circle of Trick Williams and Grayson Waller bullshit. I'm just tired of it. I don't want to see it. And Wesley is better than this. He's better than this, and he deserves better than this, if you ask me. This is a disappointment. Moving on to Zion Quinn and Apollo Cruz's match. Again, a fairly solid match between the two men. Apollo Cruz was able to pick up the win. Zion seemed genuinely shocked that he got beat, but it was pretty much a fair knockdown draw match between the two. They were going at it pretty strong, and Zion just could not get out the blocks at the end enough to combat against Apollo Cruz's offense, and he just ended up taking an L on this one. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything goes. As far as the women, we had one match with Indy and Ariana. Now, for the most part, Ariana performed fairly well. She's very solid in the ring. She's very character driven, which I can appreciate, and she stays in character. You don't see a lot of out of character stuff with her. She worked Indy over pretty well in that match. She has great potential to be great, especially as a character based champion, more so than a physical, champion like the Creed brothers. She works very well in what she provides, and I'm curious to see where she goes from here. So, what else did we have? We had a match with Chase U and Gianni Vinci. So Gianni Vinci went up against Andre Chase, and that match was okay. They had a pretty long fucking match. I would have expected that match to be much shorter than it was, but it was long. We saw Nathan Frazier return today as well. He is back from injury. Congrats to him. I'm glad that he's back and he doesn't have to be on the shelf any longer. But this was a long ass match. I just don't understand why that match with Andre Chase was so long, but it was, and I felt like it could have been shortened. Anyways, let me go to some of y'all comments. Gigi was not selling much during that match. Okay. No lip stunner. Oh, he calls it a stunner. Is that what it is? He has to come all the way out of the ring to do that? All right, I guess. Trick being the boxer would make sense. Those chicken legs make sense. His whole, I mean, I could understand it better if the gimmick was presented differently. It's not, and it's a horrible gimmick because he can't wrestle. And even if we're rested on the fact that Trick Williams is a boxer by trade, he's got to have something else to combat himself to be able to have some offense or defense in that ring. He looks sloppy, he looks green, and if he's got just a punch, even Lacey Evans has some skill in terms of wrestling. He does not. He comes across as someone who does not belong there, and he needs work. He needs work, and he's been exposed multiple times, and that's not good. I had an issue with Apollo with them white boots. I don't like that. Zion ain't going nowhere. He just stuck. I love the Chase U stomp chants. Hey, Kayla. I don't know if Grayson has a name for it. That's just what I call it. As far as Grayson Waller's finisher, I don't know what that's called. I don't really care for it. It looks weird when he does it. I feel like if he go out, he'll get more momentum, but he doesn't. So I don't understand why he does that. It's just added time on a move that doesn't need to be there. Anyways, so the final match of the night. Well, let's get to some of the other stuff we got. So Roxanne cut a promo with Alundra Blaze, and she pretty much put those titles back in contingency. So the tag team titles for the women are back, and now Alundra Blaze took the title out the trash with Roxanne, and there is going to be a fatal four-way next week. It's a fatal four-way elimination match, and this is between Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, and Yulisa Leone and Valentina Faraz. These four teams were selected to compete to be the next NXT 2.0 Women's Tag Team Champions. The odds favor Gigi and JC. They've been two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. They've obviously held the titles previously. They're more than likely going to get them back. Odds in the favor the least, Katana and Kaden haven't acquired those titles, and they've had chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to get those titles. If you want a dark horse as to who could possibly get these tag team titles, it would be Yulisa Leone and Valentina Faraz. If I had to pick between who I think would get these tag team titles, I'm going to go with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. Yulisa Leone and Valentina Faraz would be my sleeper cells. I feel like they're the ones who would probably utilize them the most in terms of being a tag team and not having they don't have the character to sell them over. Valentina and Yulisa are very good wrestlers though. And I think with them being champion, it would make more sense for Katana and Kaden to take the titles off of them and feud with Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. But they could swerve us and give those tag team titles to Nile and Paxley and have Katana and Carter take those titles off of them. So there's many ways that this can be done, but those are the people that I'm interested in. Those are the people I'm going to pick. I'm going to say Gigi and JC will probably get the titles back for a third time. Or if they want to do something different, I'm going to pick my sleeper cell, Yulisa Leone and Valentina Faraz, to be the ones to be champions next. All I know is Katana and Kaden better win. Okay. The other three teams better whoop them GTA strippers. Not the GTA strippers. Pun not intended. Yulisa and Valentina are great wrestlers. It would be cool for them to win also. Well, there can only be one winner. So We saw Mandy Rose chastise Saray did tonight because last time Saray and Mandy Rose met in the ring, Saray kicked her face off. Now Mandy was very upset because she was like, "You tried to take away my moneymaker from me." Now I thought it was all about the wrestling. I didn't know it was about your face, bitch, but whatever. So here we are. Saray and Mandy are supposed to wrestle next week as well. We should have a match between the two of them, and I doubt that it'll be a championship match. But if it is, Saray's more than likely not going to win. Anyways, I'm rooting for Disco Ninja Dance Party. You talking about Katana and Kaden. Okie dokie. So, we also saw a little snippet from Wendy Chu. All right. Wendy was having nightmares, and Wendy wasn't feeling too well about losing again to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's been a thorn in her side for quite some time. And after something time has passed, Tiffany has gotten angry. And so next week, I suspect that we'll get a new reemergence of Wendy Chu. She's not just that happy-go-lucky girl. And she made it very clear that she had to leave Candyland and come after Tiffany Stratton because her feud with her is far from over. So now we get to have a new version of Wendy Chu, and we get to see where she's going to take things. One thing I love about Wendy is her versatility and how she's able to switch characters so easily and be able to present that character with full believability and everything that she has. We have known a staunch difference between her characters from her, what was she, Karen Q when she first got there, to Mei Ying, to her being Wendy Chu. Now we get to see a new version of her. So it's very, very cool to see Wendy evolve and form on NXT like this. And it gives me high hopes for what she'll be capable of on the main roster. No shade to Xia Li because I love Xia Li and I think she's great. But this right here is why you would have an NXT, because you can see how far people can progress and what they're capable of. And in Wendy's case, she's far more advanced than a lot of girls on that roster. And if I were NXT and I was ahead of main roster right now, I would be looking to pull Wendy up within the next couple of months. Royal Rumble, she would debut. As long as this new character she has works well for her and she comes out blazing, I would debut her at Royal Rumble for sure. I think she would be great on the main roster. And she'd be a nice way to balance it out. Great name, Rico. Don't forget the EDM. I can't. That's what I said. Disco Ninja Dance Party. Got it. All right. So, we saw that. Now, Von Wagner with his lisping ass cut a promo today as well. They talked about Sophia being brought up to the main roster to run MMM. Now, Von Wagner has never been one of my favorite people, and his wrestling capability is lacking, if I may say so myself. But I love Solo Sikoa, so I will always ride for Solo in whatever he does. Even the people that he goes up against, I'm always going to be rooting against him because I don't like him. So Solo and Von have a Falls Count Anywhere match that will happen next week. This more than likely will be our main event next week. And this is probably going to be the most physical match that we're going to see within the next couple of weeks. With SummerSlam looming around the corner and nothing happening with NXT this week, but it happens in 3 weeks, they got to do something to ramp up next week after SummerSlam and ride that wave of wrestling that they're going to be presenting. All right. So this match is happening next week. And like I said, more than likely, it will be your main event. Now, there's a couple other matches that are set to debut that are solid for next week. But there's also another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about when it came to NXT this week. So Miss Kiana decided to do a full exam of little old Nikita Lyons. And she didn't have any nice things to say about her. Essentially, what she said was that sis dressed like a whore, her vocabulary is low, and she shouldn't be the type of woman that we go seek. She's not the type of woman that we should seek for the NXT women's division. She is a stain on the NXT women's division. I ain't gonna lie, Kiana got a point, and I don't really like her either, but she don't really look like much. For a woman who don't really have a lot of lips, she sure be washing herself out. Okay? Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care for Kiana, and at this point, Nikita could go eat a dick. Okay? Now, Kiana not too far behind because she is a plain Jane tacky ass bitch. So as far as I'm concerned, you can't really talk about the way nobody dressed when your ass can't dress yourself. Okay? Even if you conservative, you can still put on decent conservative clothes. Your ass had on one of the most weirdest outfits I had seen in a very long time today doing your little presentation. It looked like your jacket didn't fit. It looked like your skirt didn't fit. Everything else did fit. Your hair was flat. Your lips looked like they was dry. And you look washed out. I just don't get it. You can be a businesswoman and still have style, Rico. I don't care how much you try to sell this shit. It's not working. She sucks. Okay? She sucks. Yes, that's kind of the point of her doing the presentation. That was the point of the presentation, was to start the feud between the two of them. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. She got more letters behind her name than a little bit, and I don't even think half of them letters mean anything, but whatever. Facts, Aaliyah. That deserves a star because I can't make it no plainer than that. Like she dressed like an old woman. You do not need a lot of money to dress nice, Rico. You and I both know that. Lana dressed. Lana used to dress them damn suits. Her suits fit. And she used to put on some real nice shoes with it. And I know them suits didn't cost her a lot of money. Them cheap ass nylon suits she used to wear did not cost her a lot of money. And they were made to fit her. At least she went and got them tailored so that they fit. Kiana ain't did that. She just went down the street to the damn Goodwill and picked up a few pieces and threw it together. She look a mess. I'm sorry. Your girl's tired. Okay? She's tired. She ain't even did nothing and she tired. I don't care, storyline or not. I'm not calling or letting someone call my mother a groupie. But that's just me. I ain't got nothing to do with it. My name is Silly Mittens. Kenny, you're a hot mess. Heck, I'll rock an Old Navy shirt most days, but they match most things I wear. I mean, Trump Keita called her own mother a groupie. That's on her. I don't advocate for Nikita no more. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If she called her mama a groupie, that is on her. That is her business. That is not mine. So if you missed NXT today, I think you missed a good show. Like I said, the 8-man tag team was pretty decent. It was good. They had a pretty solid show, and as always, the Creed brothers and Roderick and Damon actually did very, very well. I always like the way Raul and Joaquin wrestle. They did good. Tony D'Angelo is a terrible wrestler. I don't understand him and why he's there other than for characters, and his little sidekick with them big ass ears and that big ass nose. He's irrelevant too. If they take off that black and that hat and just stand there with gear on, I wouldn't know who the fuck they were. It wouldn't matter to me. I don't care for either one of them, and it's just odd. Tony's not a good wrestler. He never has been, and I'm just not feeling him. I wish he would. I want to see where Santos is. I need my Santos to come back. Where is he? Why is he not on television? Why is he not wrestling? Okay, kayfabe injury or not, he should have been back by now. Okay, Jesus. Hold on a second. Well, if it's the truth, that's not untrue. Okay. Y'all ready for Zoe to win that heat wave? I would imagine she will, but the way WWE be, I don't know. I guess we just have to wait and see. Now, there is a couple things that I did want to talk about. First of all, shout out to Josiah Williams on Twitter because he followed me today and he put out this really fire ass track for called Wesley's Revenge, and it's so goddamn dope. And he always does dope music, and I'm so mad at WWE for not keeping him on for the music department and giving these wrestlers some decent intros to their music, especially when they do rap based or hip hop based music. I'm so mad at them for that because he put out fire tracks all the time when it comes to these wrestlers, and they could have that as their entrance music right fucking now. All they gotta do is buy the track from Josiah. Stop being fucking cheap. I hate them for that. I think he's actually injured. Oh God, that makes me sad. Anyways, so Josiah retweeted my tweet and then he followed me on Twitter today, so I was very happy. So shout out to Josiah because I got mad respect for homie. And he be killing it. The bars be heavy. And I love that. So, one thing I forgot to tell y'all about SummerSlam is that I think it's before the show. Let me make sure I pull it up so everybody can, if you want to submit questions, you definitely can. Bianca's going to take questions for SummerSlam. Hold on a second. All right, let me go to the show. Yeah, okay, so you can text your question to the Raw Women's Champion, and she is gonna answer it on. She's gonna answer it during the SummerSlam AMA. So it says WWE is partnering up with Community, the SMS marketing platform, to host a SummerSlam AMA featuring Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. To submit your question, fans must text the official WWE phone number at 203-442-9100, and Belair may choose to text them back and answer Wednesday, July 27th, which is tomorrow, during the AMA. Additionally, as part of the partnership with Community, fans will have the opportunity to opt in to exclusive releases, drops, ticket sales, and more on the platform. Fans will be able to text their question submissions until well, you can't text no more. The last day to text was on the 24th. I just found out about this. I didn't fucking know. Y'all know that she's gonna be answering questions tomorrow when it comes to the fans. Can you bring me some ice? She's gonna be answering fans' questions. I did not know that the text messages, the questions would end on the 24th. That was 2 days ago. That was my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. But yes, she is answering text message questions. So, because it looks like that photo Tony posted on Insta was a way for them to write Santos off. I know, but I'm saying I was thinking like I didn't think he was really in the hospital. I just didn't think that. But I'm like, I'm mad now because I really wanted him. I really want him to be there. Like, I love Santos and I miss him so much. All right. Oh, Kenny, I downloaded your game, so I'm gonna play it and see what it's about, and then I'm gonna talk to you about it because I haven't played it yet, but I did download it. And we all miss him. We miss staring at him. Do you get more money for said prices? What? What are you talking about, Aaliyah? Also, Legato downgraded in the gear department to match the family. Like, they obviously were matching the family. They were matching the family and what the aesthetic. You know how they wrestle, so they put their gear on to match him. Oh my God, yes, it's so good. I did a second playthrough, unlocking all the scenes I missed. When they came out there, I was like, when they came out there like that, I was so sad. No. I was talking about GTA. Oh, I watched the Wild Show you recommended on the podcast. Oh, really? Did you like it or was it interesting? Boo. 0 out of 10. Girl, this game is a wild ride. And when shit goes down, you'll be shocked like me. I'm going to play it. I need something to do after I get off of here. So I either might do that. Oh, The Wilds is an emotional show, so I might not watch that until tomorrow. I'm going to finish the Upshaws, though. But anyways, shout out to Bianca for having her text questionnaire moment before SummerSlam, and good luck against Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. Not his influence. Anyways, so there's two things I want to talk about. So Fall Guys has a deal with WWE, and on the 28th, which is Thursday, Asuka, Xavier Woods, and Undertaker will be a part of the Fall Guys arena. So you'll be able to wear these costumes in the Fall Guys game. And if you can't see the costumes, these are the costumes. So you got Asuka, Xavier Woods, and the Undertaker costumes for Fall Guys. In addition to Fall Guys, you have Fortnite. Thank you, love. Fortnite is also partnering with WWE. It says live fast, fight hard, and no regrets. John Cena will be making his debut in the item shop on July 28th as well at 8 p.m. Until then, check out the blog to see everything that will be available in his set. And this is John Cena's avatar or whatever you call it for Fortnite. So WWE has collaborated with one of the biggest games on all consoles, Fortnite, and with Fall Guys, who's coming up to a very close second as we speak in terms of being a massive game on the platforms. And WWE has also collabed with Rocket League before. So there you have it. WWE is popping up everywhere. It's interesting. I haven't finished. You got a lot to watch, babe. Does Asuka play this on her YouTube? This is so them. Yeah. Oh, I have played Fall Guys on the PS4. I played Fall Guys before. I've also played Fortnite before. Fortnite is not my stilo. I don't really care for Fortnite like that. But I am very happy and pleasantly surprised that WWE is collabing with such major platforms. This also spreads the word about WWE and appeals to the kids that they're trying to bring back to the company. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see how well these collaborations work out in their favor. With all that being said, WWE has a big weekend ahead of them because SummerSlam is in Nashville this coming Friday. And it's going to start, I guess, at 7. It may start at 6 on the kickoff. I don't know which matches are going to be on the kickoff, but they've just added some more matches to this match card. And we're going to go, these are the last matches that they've added. They haven't added anything else to this match card except for the one they added Monday. Corbin and Pat McAfee are supposed to wrestle, as well as Seth Rollins going up against Riddle. Miz versus Logan Paul, and the new match that they just added this past Monday. The Mysterios will take on the Judgment Day in a no disqualification tag team match. And these coming up are all of the title bouts. Bobby Lashley will defend his championship against Theory. The Usos, the undisputed tag team champions, will defend their titles against Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, also referred to as the Street Profits. And of course, their special guest referee is Double J, Double F, Double R, Double T, Jeff Jarrett. All right. The current reigning and defending Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair must contend and fight off a unrelenting and weird Becky Lynch, former Raw Women's Champion, and the current new reigning champion Liv Morgan has to fight off the former SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. And finally, the big kahuna is Roman Reigns, the current reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Universal Champion. He has to fight off the Beast Incarnate to maintain his championship in a last man standing match. And that is SummerSlam, ladies and gents. I don't expect that there will be any more matches added. There doesn't need to be. There aren't any feuds. And that's all we got. I will be rooting for Rhea. Wow. Anyways, if Butterflaps Bex ain't wearing that purple gear at SummerSlam, then she will be hearing from me. Okay. Alrighty then. You live your best life. All right, y'all. That is it. That's all we got. Next week, we got a couple matches set up and ready to roll. They are not missing a beat. We also did see Braun Breaker and JD McDonough have a face-off with each other. JD was doing some really creepy bullshit, being in the crowd, touching people, talking about they could choke, talking about Wade Barrett's hands and the calcium buildup, intimidating the fuck out of Vic Joseph, and hitting on Alicia. Almost threw up. But anyway, in the ring, he popped a blood pack in his mouth before Braun Breaker came out there. So when Braun came out there and knocked him down, he popped the blood pack in his mouth to make it look like he was bleeding. Now, he's got to be a little bit more strategic about how he puts that blood pack in his mouth. Because at first, I thought it was some gum he put in his mouth. But then when I realized the kind of blood that I saw, and it was so much of it, I realized then that it was a blood pack he popped, which I feel like he should have put that in his mouth before he got in the ring. Rookie mistake, JD. You got to be a little cleaner than that. We're in HD TV. This is not in standard. So just about everything that you do, we see. And if the cameraman isn't legit enough and the people in the production truck don't cut away from you quickly, we will see everything and we know everything. So how about the next time you're fucking around with Vic Joseph, you slip that blood pack in your mouth before you bring your ass out there? Or maybe when you're sitting in that seat while you're cutting that promo, you slip that blood pack in your mouth and put it in your cheek. I don't know. Maybe you should have done it before before the camera zoomed in on your face. Because I saw you pop the thing, so I know it was a blood pack. And you can tell by the way that blood pack popped and how much blood was in your mouth. If he hit you hard enough in your mouth wouldn't fill up with that amount of blood and not in that color. You would be bloody, but you wouldn't be like that. Like it was like you were throwing up blood. And even in that case, it's not that much. Imagine if WWE had Aaliyah and Lacey at the kickoff show. Why would I need to imagine that? No shade, but that's not something that I would want to see. It's not a necessary match to add to the kickoff show. If you were going to do a kickoff match on the kickoff show, put Gunther and Shinsuke up there. Gunther hasn't defended his title on a pay-per-view yet. And he should have been added to the SummerSlam pay-per-view. But they're pussyfooting around, and I don't understand what the fuck is going on with that. A match I will not watch. I'd still ignore the pre-show. Tiff said, this is supposed to be a well-produced show. Get it together. No, he walking around telling everybody about they hands, they neck, messing with the damn ring, the timekeeper and shit. Like, You need to be more strategic about the way that you do your stunts. You can't do a stunt if people already know what's coming. I should not have seen you pop that shit in your mouth. You're a rookie and you need to clean that shit up. That is all. With all that being said, I'm going to go. Y'all have a good night. I just wanted to quickly come on here and go over NXT and go over SummerSlam again. I know, but I had to. It's part of the gig. I will be back on here tomorrow to do our typical relationship stuff, and we'll just chit-chat tomorrow. I probably will keep the wrestling stuff short and sweet. I'll leave it open to a Q&A. I will put a Q&A on my Instagram in my stories, and you can ask me all the questions you want, and I will answer them on live on here tomorrow. All right? So, I will see you guys next time. Not head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Please. By the way, there's some merch in the merch shop for WWE that is absolute fire, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. From the Street Profits to those Los Mysterios gear that I saw, Roman's new Bloodline shirt, and then you have Brian Breaker's shirt that he has. Dope. There's a lot of merch in the merch shop that I feel like people sleeping on, and I'm going to start picking up some t-shirts, and I think I'm going to make me a big old t-shirt quilt with all of the gear that I love, because I cannot wait. Like, some of that gear, not the gear, but all of the merch that I love, because some of that merch is just so fucking dope, especially the Street Profits. Like, they have some of the best merchandise on the shop, and a lot of people be sleeping on them, and their shirts are always different and they're always unique. I don't know who does them, but whoever does, chef's kiss, because y'all are on point. With all that being said, I gotta go. I hope you guys enjoy it, and go to WWE shop and support the Street Profits, because they definitely deserve it. Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Psych Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe, and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.